Hey there, this is Eli again, coming at you with another episode of What is a Coral, the series where I'm going to attempt to increase your familiarity with some of these common aquarium specimens that you'd see in our shop and many others. Today we're going to talk about a really cool LPS coral known as the Blasto, or the genus Blastomussa. This includes a couple of species, namely two that you really see in the hobby, of LPS corals that are very common to see in an aquarium shop. They do tend to be a decently easy LPS coral. Something that does like to be fed and does appreciate stable conditions in terms of alkalinity and calcium, but they don't need the most demanding lights, they don't need a ton of flow, and they are a little more forgiving than some of your other stony corals would be. So in front of me here we have a few different types of Blastos. Namely, we have two species in the aquarium trade. We have the Blasto merletti, which is a lot smaller of a polyp, and these ones, when they tend to grow out, form more of a branching skeleton beneath them. Whereas you also have a Blasto welsii, which tends to have a lot larger polyps, tend to be almost twice as big as the merletti's polyps would be, and they tend to encrust the rockwork a little closer. They don't form as much of a branching skeleton as you would see. They both do have a very similar appearance, as you can see. They form very round polyps that almost, in some circumstances, even kind of resembles a wanted polyps, as they get these round shaped heads to them that have almost a frilly skirt around the edges a lot of times. These corals tend to do best when they're placed in the lower half of the aquarium, somewhere mid to bottom in the tank, somewhere with lower lighting and not too much flow. In my experience with Blastos, they do also tend to prefer being fed on occasion. Foods such as Coral Max, or even larger foods such as frozen fish eggs or mysis shrimp tend to be palatable to these guys. Turning your pumps off once or twice a week and feeding these corals directly is a good way to ensure that they grow a little bit more quickly. Colors for the Blastos kind of range anywhere from the green that you see with just about every coral out there, to reds, purples, blues, pinks. Sometimes you also run into some varieties that are almost rainbow in their appearance, where they have a handful of different colors per polyp. So you can end up with some really cool patterns, but the nicer patterns, nicer colors tend to fetch a little bit more money in the aquarium trade. As always, thank you for watching. If you guys have any recommendations for future videos or questions, please feel free to add them to the comment section, and keep on reefing.